1 year later, and look, here we are. I remember the two of us in your car, changing all the words to the songs that we knew. So much change, the only constant was you. I've been places that aren't very pretty, and you save spaces for love and a big city. I don't sleep, you dream all night. The climb is steep, we're dressed in white. I don't really know what the hell I'm doing with my life. What we want is something people say isn't wise. All I really need to know is that you'll be by my side, 'cause we're in for a wild ride. We are so good at embarrassing ourselves. We take our cares and put them on a shelf. We're two old souls, and we don't mind. We look to the sky to see the stars align. I don't really know what the hell I'm doing with my life. What we want is something people say isn't wise. All I really need to know is that you'll be by my side, 'cause we're in for a wild ride. Long days, long nights, laughing at our bad luck. Fantasies, daydreams, we say they aren't real, but oh, they are. We don't think about the things that gave us our scars, 'cause this is a new start. I don't know what the hell I'm doing with my life. What we want is something people say isn't wise. I don't really know what the hell I'm doing with my life. What we want is something people say isn't wise. All I really need to know is that you'll be by my side, 'cause we're in for a wild ride. Oh, all I really need to know is that you'll be by my side, 'cause we're in for a wild ride.
I got a job in the city. I got a house with a guest room, I don't know who's there. Got a person that loves me. She hates the way that I talk, I smoke, I stare. I'm a king in a castle.
Postayolożkane. So, you gonna get some tomato or beets? No.
We are so good at embarrassing ourselves. We take our
Look at
cares
you,
and
katsu.
them ourselves for
Det är det
two
är katsu-san.
and we don't
Och
mind.
you
We
wanna
look
try
to the
some ago?
sky to see the stars.
Perfect crunch.
Not
Crunchy. Do one more time.
What we want is something people say
This is
isn't
the sound.
ours. All I really need to know is that you'll be by my side. 'Cause we're in for a wild ride.
Yum yum.
Yeah, eat.
Oh. It's so slippery.
Bring it closer.
Long days, long nights, laughing at our bad luck. Fantasies, daydreams. We say they aren't real, but oh, they are. We don't think about the things that gave us our scars. 'Cause this is a new start. I don't know what the hell I'm doing with my life. What we want is something people say isn't wise.